Hello, grade 6 scientists. How are you today? Are you ready to learn? But first, let us have some friendly reminders. For the parents or guardian, this module aims to assist you, dear parents, guardians, or siblings of the learners to understand how materials and activities are used in the new normal. It is designed to provide the information, activities, and new learning that learners need to work on. Activities presented in the module are based on the most essential learning competencies MELCs in science as prescribed by the Department of Education. Further, this learning resource hopes to engage the learners in guided and independent learning activities at their own pace and time. Furthermore, this also aims to help learners acquire the needed 21st century skills while taking into consideration their needs and circumstances. You are expected to assist the child in the task and ensure that learners' mastery of the subject matter. Be reminded that learners have to answer all the activities in their own notebook. For the learners, this module is designed to suit your needs and interests using the IDEA instructional process. This will help you attain the prescribed grade level knowledge, skills, attitude, and values at your own pace outside the normal classroom setting. The module is composed of different types of activities that are engaged according to graduated levels of difficulty from simple to complex. You are expected to answer all activities on separate sheets of paper and submit the outputs to your respective teachers on the time and date agreed upon. Now, our lesson for this week is all about mixtures and their characteristics. This lesson deals with mixtures and their characteristics, and the activities in this lesson are arranged chronologically to help you develop the necessary knowledge and skills to master the most essential learning competencies in Science 6. In this lesson, you will be doing learning tasks that will help you describe the appearance and uses of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. The different materials around you vary depending on their composition. Some of them appear in their pure form, while others are combinations of simpler materials. It is a combination of two or more substances present in varied proportion, and that is what we call mixture. The gloves, face mask, disinfectant solution are some of the examples of mixtures because they were made using the combination of different materials. Let us have the figure 1. We have here a halo-halo. Halo-halo is an example of a mixture. A mixture is a substance made by mixing other substances together. When two or more elements or compounds mix together, not necessarily in a definite ratio, and do not interact chemically, then the resulting substance is known as a mixture. From this figure, can you identify the components or ingredients that were combined to make halo-halo? What are these materials? I'll give you 10 seconds to answer this activity. Timer starts now. Time's up. Now, let us have the different ingredients of halo-halo. We have the banana, corn, beans, ice cream, milk, jelly, sugar, and many more. In this kind of mixture, you can distinguish some pieces of corn, banana, beans, and other materials that make up the mixture in halo-halo. The mixed materials can be classified depending on the appearance of the resulting mixture. Each of the combined or mixed materials can be identified or distinguished from one another, and this is called heterogeneous mixture. Each property of the materials in heterogeneous mixtures do not change. Then we have different types of mixtures. First is a homogeneous mixture, which contains substances that are evenly mixed and is uniform throughout in terms of physical appearance. And the other one is the heterogeneous mixture. And heterogeneous mixture contains components, substances that are usually easy to distinguish. Now let us examine the figure 2. We have the salt and pepper and detergent soap. From this figure, can you identify the materials that make up these mixtures? Which materials are heterogeneous mixtures and which is homogeneous mixture? I'll give you 10 seconds again to answer. Okay, two types of mixtures shows heterogeneous mixture, which is the salt and pepper, and then the homogeneous mixture is the detergent soap or the powder. Now, let us answer turning test number 1 on page 16 in your module. Okay, what is homogeneous mixture? Homogeneous mixtures have uniform composition where the substances are evenly mixed, and that is called the solution. In its component, the substance that dissolves or seems to disappear is called a solute, and the one that dissolves is the solvent. Most of the time, the formation of this kind of mixture is associated with the process of dissolving. We say soluble if the solid solute completely dissolved in the liquid solvent, and insoluble if it is not. While if the components are both liquid, the term miscible or immiscible is used. Now we have here another picture. We have the salt and water. Salt is the solute and water is the solvent. And this property of solute is called solubility. It is measured in the amount of solute that can dissolve in a fixed amount of solvent. Then we have another figure. We have here a butter. Butter is an example of homogeneous mixture commonly found at home. When you take any part of the mixture, you will get the same kind of material in any part, and it is a solid homogeneous mixture. We have different types of homogeneous mixtures. We have here the solid homogeneous mixture. The source of building materials for construction is a cement. It is a mix with sand, gravel, and water to become concrete. Other examples of solid homogeneous mixtures are coins, plastics, and wood. Then we have liquid homogeneous mixtures. Liquid homogeneous mixtures are indeed those needed to power your body. Example is the blood plasma. The colorless fluids that holds blood cells in suspension make up more than half of the volume of human blood. Then we have the wine, horse, milk, And milk is a homogeneous colloids, and colloids are mixture of tiny insoluble droplets floating in a solvent. And another example is the water, the universal solvent itself. It is, or they are, liquid homogeneous mixture. Okay, another type of homogeneous mixtures is a gaseous homogeneous mixture. This includes the air that we breathe. Air is a mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, argon, carbon dioxide, and other elements in smaller units. Now, let us have here the figure, another figure. The man spraying fertilizers in plants. Can you identify which of the homogeneous mixtures are in solid, liquid, and in gaseous state? Okay, let us answer. Give you 10 seconds again to answer. Okay, time's up. Let us identify. The man spraying fertilizers in plants, we have the fertilizers, which is liquid homogeneous mixture, soil, solid homogeneous mixture, and we have the air, the gaseous homogeneous mixture. Okay, moving on. Let us answer again the learning task number 2, letter A and B on page 17 in your module. Okay, moving on. What is heterogeneous mixture? Heterogeneous mixture is a mixture or mixtures that can be natural or man-made. Much of the food we eat are heterogeneous mixtures. Fried rice, chop suey, pinakbet, and other fruit salads are some examples. We mix together the ingredients. Suspensions and colloids are the two forms of heterogeneous mixture. In suspensions, the dispersed ingredients particles are not really dissolved in the liquid. In latter settles at the bottom of the container. It needs to be stirred to keep the concentration of the suspension consistent. Its particles are larger than those of a solution and a colloid. It appears cloudy and its particles are retained on filter paper. The suspended particles are called the dispersed particles, while the continuous phase is the suspension medium. The dispersed particles in a suspension are larger than those in solutions and in colloids. Now, we have different examples of suspensions. We have here the oil mixed with water, then the muddy water, and of course, we have the milk. Next is to summarize on the characteristics of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Let us study the chart below. We have different type of mixtures, which homogeneous and heterogeneous. Characteristics of homogeneous are it has uniform composition. The particles of the mixture are not visible by the naked eye. The particles cannot be separated by filtration. The mixtures are stable. The path of a beam of light is not visible in the mixture. Examples of homogeneous are mixture of salt in water, mixture of salt in water, air, sweet pea, and orange juice. Then we have the heterogeneous type of mixture. Its characteristics are, it has a non-uniform composition. The particles are visible by the naked eye. The particles can be separated by filtration. The mixtures are unstable. The path of a beam of light is visible in the mixture. Examples: mixture of salt and sand, mixture of oil and water, fruit salad, milk and cereals, pizza. Now, can you identify which of the following materials shown in the pictures are homogeneous and which materials are heterogeneous mixtures? We have the juice string, salt and pepper, muddy water, salt solutions. I'll give you 10 seconds to answer. Okay, now let us answer learning task number 3 on page 18 in your module. Let us examine the chart below. This table shows the type of solutions at different phases of the materials. Type of solution: liquid, solid, gas, liquid, and solid. Then we have different mixtures of different type of solution: soft drink, bronze, air, ammonia, water, and amalgam. Then the solute of those solutions are carbon dioxide, which is a gas, tin, solid, oxygen is a gas, ammonia is a gas, and silver is a solid. Now, can you identify the type of mixtures in the materials as shown in the pictures below? We have the detergent soap and the rice grains, noodles, and of course, powdered juice. Okay, colloids can be classified further according to the methods based on the needed applications, such as the physical state of the dispersion medium and dispersed phase, the type of interaction between the dispersion medium and dispersed phase, and based on the particle types in the dispersed phase. We have different classification of colloids. Let us review some terms. First, we have the aerosol. It is a substance that enclosed under pressure and able to release as a fine spray by means of propellant gas. Okay, next we have the emulsion, the fine disperse of the minute droplets of one liquid in another in which it is not soluble or miscible. Next we have the foam, in which particles are gas bubbles and the medium is liquid. Then last is a solve, made out of very small solid particles in continuous medium. Now, the chart below shows the comparison of the properties of homogeneous mixture. This will help you determine the appearance of the mixtures. Okay, so in the first column, we have the property. Second column, solution. Third column is colloid. And the last column, we have the suspension. Now, let us answer again the learning task number 4 and 5 on page 19 in your module. And now, mixtures are found to be very useful in our daily lives. They are present abundantly in nature or in natural occurrences. Others are formed by combining the different materials to make unnecessary or important materials in our daily activities. The appearance and properties of mixtures are considered in determining their uses and in making them useful at home and in the community. And now, you are now familiar with the appearance and uses of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Are you ready to do the learning task now? Okay, so let us answer learning task number 6 on page 20 to 21 in your module. And then after you answer that learning task, you have your reflection. Write it in your notebook journal, the personal insights about the lesson using the prompts below. I understand that, blah, 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 and I realized that. Okay, so good luck in your journey as a grade 6 scientist. Thank you.